Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm Renny Doyle. Today we're going to talk about bead maker or dream maker, or both, or what the difference is, or which one you need, or really why you need both. So let's jump right into it. All right everybody, so we came out, it's been 6 years with bead maker and still a crowd favorite, one of my favorite products. Use it pretty much every day on a wide variety of just not cars. We'll go into that on another subject because we've got a lot of uses around the house, around the shop, and then definitely around the different toys that are sitting around. From hoist trailers to motorcycles to cars to campers, you name it, we use it. But let's really talk today a little bit about what the difference is, because there's a lot of confusion about what it is that bead maker does and what it is that dream maker does and what those differences are. So right off the bat, let's talk about our intentions for bead maker. When we first came up with bead maker, really we thought that it was going to be all about shine and protection. And really it is that we're looking at, if you really, really hate your car and you don't take care of it, or you've got a customer that doesn't like their car and they don't take care of it, you're looking at 30 to 45 days of lifespan. Now that's on a car that is not clayed, it's not exfoliated, it's not cleaned up right, it doesn't have any protection down on it before, stored outside, and basically it's just in all the elements and depending on the time of year. So if it's really hot, it's going to last a little less time. If they take it through automatic car washes, either brushless or friction, that's going to affect it also. Now, on the same vehicle that is well maintained, that it's been clayed, exfoliated, they wash it at home, you could get, on a classic car, you could get as many as 90 days, 120 days out of it. So there's the difference right there in longevity. The one thing that we noticed from day one, and we still do to this day, is the incredible gloss that bead maker adds to surfaces. We think that it's something that we've really enjoyed. Dave did a great job of engineering it. And with that, we came up with something else with Gordon McCall. So we found out all these great things about bead maker, and we decided with Gordon McCall's help, and if you don't know who Gordon is, Google him. He's an amazing guy. He's started out life like many of us. It was all about bicycles, opportunities, and cleaning things, and he took it to a whole nother dimension. So Gordon, through us working with Gordon at his events, is that we decided to take and make something that was for the weekend driver, for the show car, for the coffee and cars, for the park and shine events, where you could go into your garage, have a clean car that's got bead maker laid down on it, and put even more gloss to it, and thus, that's where Dream Maker came into. So let's talk about using Dream Maker. How I use it is exactly on that, a well-maintained vehicle. Something that I'm going to go down to the local hamburger joint, we're going to grab a little something to eat, but we want the Porsche, we want the Chevelle to look its best. We're going to take and spray down bead maker.
Just have fun with it. Go on.
Okay guys, there's too many makers in all of this. I've got bead maker and dream maker. We're just going, you can hear Chris in the background, so we are. We're not going to edit this. Vince, don't edit it. Just keep it going. So this is real world. I am not a spokesperson professionally. I don't do this. I clean stuff. So, hey, Bob, Dave, next time we make something, it doesn't have maker in it, okay? That's as simple as that. Because making these videos are impossible, and I'm not reading a script. This is all ad lib. So with that, so we decided to take something that you could pop out of your garage, you could take and shine it up, and kind of put a nice glow to it, but it was temporary. Now we do have protection in Dream Maker. It's going to last a couple weeks. It's going to give you nice gloss, going to put a slickness to the paint, but it's not going to be long-term protection like bead maker is. It's going to be short-term enhancement with a little bit of added protection to it. It's going to bead up nicely. It's going to look good on the paint, but it's really made for a time when you're going to go out, you want to shine up your car. There's no dust on it, there's no dirt on it. You just want to take and make that paint bang a little bit, if you would. So how do you use it? So let's go in and we're going to actually give you some hands-on instructions on how to use each one of these. So again, kind of to retrace before our whole total blow up on names and everything else, is we're going to go back over this real quickly. Bead maker is, you get the paint looking great, you get a new car, whatever the case may be, you want to put protection down, but you definitely want to add gloss to it. This is a replacement from modern day waxes and sealants. It's going to be a little bit of a wax on total steroids, and it's going to be normal sealants on steroids. Plus you're going to get the advantage of having just a really high gloss, high look, and it does cure. After a couple hours, even on what sold me on this product was a white car and a silver car. Now you guys all know, if you've been doing this long enough, to really make a white car pop or a silver car pop isn't easy. And so, you know, black, I hate to say it, black looks pretty good. You can wash black, make it look good. But when you add bead maker to any color, it's going to really, in a couple hours after it's cured, it's going to look amazing. Now, go back over to the camp of Dream Maker. I'm going to say this slow, just because of my background. Got to say things slow. Is on Dream Maker, you've already got bead maker sitting up there. You've had it on there for 2, 3, 4 weeks, 2, 3, 4 months even. It's not a daily driver. It's a daily driver. It doesn't matter. You want to make it pop. You want to make it look good for wherever you're going. Maybe you're trying to impress your honey. Maybe you're trying to go down again to the local car event. Maybe you just like to turn around in the supermarket and look at your car and make sure it looks good. I always tell people, right, that old saying, if you're not turning around and looking at your car, you got the wrong car. And so if you're in that situation, I don't care if what you're driving is an old beater, but it means the world to you, is you're going to add Dream Maker to it when you want to make it look better just for that special occasion. So let's go ahead now, let's show you how to use each one of these and some unique tricks that we've learned over the years working with Bead Maker and over the months of working with Dream Maker. I got it. Stay tuned, let's go over there and work on some cars. All right, so on the application of Dream Maker, this is my wife's Porsche. This is a 2001, so it's 21 years old. Boxster S, we're the second owner. Correction, she's the second owner. I've been corrected enough. And so this car is really maintained quite nicely. It's both coated, it's got Bead Maker down on it. So what we're going to do is share with you how to use Dream Maker in a couple different ways. Now the first way, let's say that we don't have the comfort of a nice shop or garage and you're outside. My second choice from there is going to be to find some shade, whether it's behind a tree, a building. It's always best with all detailing products to not work in the direct sun. I know a lot of products say it's direct sun friendly. Nothing's truly direct sun friendly. If you can, to get the product to work appropriately, you can remember, do a little test at home. Is this temperature right now is going to be a couple degrees below because the concrete's a little cooler. In the shop right now, it's probably about 76 degrees. I'm going to guess if I tested this right now, this car is going to be about 70, 72 degrees. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. You set this car outside because of the dark color. Test that. It's going to be up to 160, 180 degrees on the surface. Now, it's morning time out there right now. We might get it down to 120, 130 degrees. It's going to be hot. And so even though this product is sun friendly, if you can find shade, it's best to find the shade and work in that shade or inside a garage or in this case in our studio. Now, in the event that you are in the sun, the first thing we're going to do is turn away from the car, and you can have one towel or two. These are our Bead Maker towels. We highly recommend these. It's called FTWs, if you're familiar with the towel. It matches, so for those that are OCD, we're not going to drive you absolutely out of your mind with an opposite color towel because everything's color coded and I dig. So the first thing I'm going to do is just on one side of the towel is if I'm in the sun, or if you got the finish nice and neat, you've done this before, it's got a nice layer of Bead Maker, it's got a nice layer of coating. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start and just put it on. I'm going to do full panel wipes. You can see I'm coming through full panel wipes, and the reason why is that on a full panel wipe is you're not going to get any scratches or towel marks as easily. I'm just going to flip the towel over, blend it in, and it's as simple as that. Now the nice thing about this also is you can spray direct. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come across, because I don't want to get it over on this side yet. It's warm. You could do the whole hood, but a little trick I love to use is I'm going to do a backward spray. So if I'm just going to spray it direct and I just want to cover this side of the hood, I'm not going to do this because I might freckle that side over there. And again, I'm just going to wipe it in. You can see, wipes in nice and even. And again, I'll flip it over to a drier side. Just kind of blend it, full panels. A lot of people ask about the windows. So let's go ahead and talk about that. This worked great on the windows. Is that it's really, I don't see a lot of advantage doing it, but if you got a little bit of smears or you want to clean it up or you simply just want the gloss on the windows, it is going to do that. Now you'll notice I just flipped it over. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the blades up And it doesn't matter if your window's coated, it's probably going to act a little better. Again, on this one, even though we're inside, I'm just going to do it nice and easy. I'm going to reach all the way over, a little halfway over point. I'm going to come through, and again, I'm going to flip the towel over, use a second towel if you want, kind of box it. And there we go. It's on the glass. So that's a real simple, easy way to use Dream Maker. Again, some helpful hints. You're going to have a little better protection, a little more gloss if you do spray it direct. So spraying it direct is my preferred method. If it's really hot or you're outdoors, you might want to go direct to towel, then wipe it. So a couple different hints too. It's going to take and have maybe a week or two of protection on these indoor babies, these garage queens that don't go out much. It's going to be on there for a while, but the nice thing is you can stack it or Bead Maker as many times as you want, and it's not going to hurt. So let's go ahead and move over to the Chevelle, and we're going to show you how to install Bead Maker and talk about it a little bit. So on the Porsche, we just used Dream Maker. So now in a single towel. Now we're over on the Chevelle, and we're going to take and show you Bead Maker, and we're going to use a 2-towel method. Again, FTW is orange, color matching. It just keeps everything. Wash them separately. We've got a great way. Sydney from Team Double Black has got a great way using rags to riches to clean up and unload your towels. Because again, Bead Maker's a pretty serious protection. And when you take and use the towels over time, they're going to start loading up. So we'll see if Sydney can't come on and share with us her latest and greatest on how she's taking and washing these towels and unloading them so they're absorbent again, so it saves you a little money on your towels. Now, what we're going to do is the one thing I didn't mention with PlayMate, every single detailing product you've got, always before you use it, just shake it up a little bit. And then what I always do is on these spray nozzles, if I'm using a normal trigger sprayer, even with the IK sprayers, is I'm just going to go ahead and just give it one squeeze, kind of bring some fresh product into it. I always take and smell. Both these products smell great. And the thing that I do that with is I want to make sure that if maybe you're a pro amateur, weekend warrior, is that you haven't set your product out somewhere you haven't, it hasn't froze, it hasn't been exposed to sun. Make sure these two products are really, really stable. Some products aren't as stable, tire dressings and so forth. Make sure if there's an odd smell to it, you might want to refresh your product in your bottle, just to make sure you don't have any problems. So again, we're going to repeat kind of what we talked about out there. It's best to use this product in the shade or inside if you can. You can use it on nice warm days, but just in the shade if you can. If you are going to use it out in the sun, use the exact same techniques that you did with Dream Maker. You're going to apply it to the towel and then wipe it in. I really prefer on this product, I think it works a lot better indoors or in direct shade. If you have shade but it's really warm, put it on in the morning or in the evening, not in the hottest part of the day. That's a great hint for you right there, is try to be sensible with it. And that's with any kind of detailing product. So again, what we're going to do is this product's a little different in the fact that if you've already got Bead Maker on there and got some protection down, it's one thing. You can just put a nice light mist on and then just wipe it in. In the event that you want a higher concentration and a little more protection, a little more bang for your buck, and a lot more shine, I put it on until you can see the bead up. So you really can't see it on the camera. Let's see, we'll come in right now and show you the bead up on it. And then what we're going to do is, you can see I'm putting on thicker. I kind of put it on until you can see the bubbles starting to kind of move. And so as those bubbles start to come together and you start getting a little runoff on the surface, that right there is an indication that you've got a good amount on there and that you're ready to go. So I'll let it sit here for just a second. Again, 2-towel method. I always take and kind of collect the loose ends of the towel and my fingers. I'm going to come down, full panel wipes. Again, you don't want a scrub technique. A scrub technique is going to you can put abrasions into the panel, and so I like to do a full panel wipe on this, and I'm going to come down, and then I'm going to come back over it, and already you can feel the smoothness difference. There's less drag under the towel, and so again, I'm going to kind of lead with my closed end here of the towel, come down across that. Pretty as simple as that. I'm going to keep it out of rain for maybe an hour. Drive ready in an hour. If it has to get out there, it's going to be fine. I like to try to cure for a little bit. Now, let's say that you're using Bead Maker after you've coated a car. I like to let the coating sit for a couple hours. An hour minimal, but a couple hours is best, and then go ahead and put Bead Maker over the top of your freshly coated car. If you've washed the car, a lot of people are using it as a drying aid. So as you wash your vehicle, spray it down. I love an IK sprayer for this purpose, is you can spray over all the wet surfaces of your car, dry it off. It's a great drying aid for that reason. It also puts some protection back down on it. So can you use it on the glass? Yeah, we'll even take our damp towel. Is that a couple new cars, Porsches are famous for it, is newer Porsches, they outgas. And so you get that kind of fog, haze on the inside of the window. Bead Maker really helps to reduce that fogging from the outgassing and so forth. So we use it, it's a great window cleaner. Also to wipe down surfaces, is we've got an overland truck. I always have a bottle of Bead Maker in there. As we go and we stop at different locations, I know it's crazy, I know I'm anal, but I take and get a damp towel with Bead Maker, wipe my dash down. It's okay. Chris is going to kick the camera and just, it wasn't an earthquake, folks. We're okay. But to you guys, it probably looked like a 9.0. California's not an island. Don't worry about it. You know, we're okay. It was just, he's getting hungry. We got to go feed him. But is that we like to use it on the interiors just as a wipe down and a little bit of protection. And that allows us, especially in the camper, in the overland truck and the Ram truck, is that it allows it just to have a little protection, but the OCD me, I can't have messes even though we're out wheeling, is that in between stops, I just can't see my truck have that amount of dust on any surface. So it works really good for that. With that, as we're going to share some other ideas we've got with Bead Maker, is we use this, believe it or not, in what we call a wash, clay, and protect method. So that's an entirely new video. Watch for that coming out soon. Not sure it's going to be the next video, but it will be in the series, and we'll show you how to do that. So with that, hey, make sure to take and hit that like button. Make sure to smack it good. Subscribe to our channel. If you're seeing this on social media, make sure to share it and then make a comment below. And if you want to, reach out to me direct, Renny, R-E-N-N-Y, @detailingsuccess.com. With that being said, happy detailing all. Enjoy your garage, enjoy your ride, get them clean, and go out and drive them. We'll see you next time.